Can you give me an example of a cooperation between an artist and a local community?
I can give an example, a very interesting project which has not been financed by our foundation, but I saw recently in Cairo two Dutch artists which were invited by a very well-known gallery, the Townhouse Gallery, which has a residence artist, and they have developed a project of making a maquette of the whole area, the whole surrounding.
A miniature village?
No, it's in Cairo.
Yes, but they made a miniature village.
Yeah, a miniature, yeah. Yes, with the inhabitants of this district, and incorporating their stories, etc., but also using their skills, which are very specific and skilled they don't have. It was really something which has transformed their view, and also invited all people to participate in a really, really positive way. For me, it's one of really interesting examples I have seen in the last recently.
Odile Chanal, just recently your organization started to study policy of countries, instead of being busy with all those small-scale projects. What will be the final aim of the work of the ECF and of the exchange policy? Why is it important for you to study those policies now to reach this aim?
First, I must say that the European Cultural Foundation has always worked at two levels at the same time in all our activities, which are mainly in Europe and not only for a small part in cooperation with Middle East and North Africa. We have always tried to work at the two levels, practice and policy, and use the experience of practice for feeding policy and the other way around. Yeah. But why now this research on cultural policy in the Arab world? Because together with our partners from the region, and especially our main partner, Al Mawred, and also other Dutch partners, as Stichting Doen of Boekman Stichting, we thought that it was really a right moment to start a debate on cultural policy. There are in the region a lot now of independent groups, independent artists, which have really developed activity in the last 20 years and are really now impatient to questioning also public authorities about their cultural policy. And maybe we do have in Europe the impression that there are no cultural policy in the region, but nothing, it's absolutely not true. There are cultural policy, there are big, strong Ministry of Culture, but very often it's not there what they do, what they finance, it's not very transparent. Dus, our aim in supporting with this research on cultural policy is first to try to get information about the cultural policy, because it's important for starting the debate, and it's also trying to stimulate young researchers from the region to engage more in cultural policy.
And do you think, finally, that all this work that you're doing with those artists and contacting those other governments, that it might work well? Because I think you might be afraid as well of giving the others the feeling that you know better what's good for them.
I think really what you point out is the risk of patronizing, yes. And it's something of which we at the European Culture we are very sensitive for, and naturally we are not bringing their experts who are going to tell how it works. Naturally, it will be stupid, because you cannot transpose one experience in a different context. But also, we don't think we have the solution. It's just supporting colleagues in the Middle East and North Africa to open this debate on cultural policy, when also sharing experience with colleagues from other countries from Europe, and not only Western Europe, but also countries of the Balkan, countries of Central and Eastern and Central Europe, which also have this experience of strong fighting with the state.
Odile Chenal of the European Cultural Foundation, ECF. You are one of the visitors as well at the Grand Café Méditerranée in Amsterdam at the end of March. What do you expect there? What do you hope to find there?
It's a very, very rich program of the Café Méditerranée. What is important is it's not a one-off event, because there have been already a series of discussions, and it showed that the interest and the curiosity and the need for knowledge of what's happening in North Africa and the Middle East is really growing. And I think the Café Méditerranée will contribute, and hopefully it will stimulate a lot of artists and cultural operators from the Netherlands to go there, and also to reflect on the terms of exchange. What does it mean, and what is a real cooperation?
Odile Chenal, thank you very much.